Start the stream. Make sure we got all of the things going. Yep, and it looks like it's just a little bit off center. Down that way, should be good. Right, looks good, sounds good. So, hello people of the internet. It is I, Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today we'll be continuing Avalon Faerie, the 6th Lostbelt. Watch Kelly brought, so there's another broadcast, a light broadcast station volume. This is going to be on Monday. Probably just going to be announcing the part 2 of the Lostbelt, which I have no idea how close I am to achieving. Before we get to the Lostbelt, however, I have to do what I said I would do. And, really quickly here, just do some quick things. I'm saying quick a lot, I don't know why. I'm normally more eloquent than this. Okay, so first, we unlock a wardrobe. We'll go shooting next. Unlock with the ticket. Yes. So, wardrobe unlock, melt level up some more, and then go from there. Yes. Wardrobe unlocked. Gotta say, I like this outfit. You're giving me a gift? Oh, you mean it doesn't drastically change your spirit origin? So that's how it is. I do like this card art for shooting. And I like the outfit too. It looks really good. Really, really good outfit for shooting there. Alright, and then Palinogenesis on Melt will boost her up to being able to be 110. There we go, and we will also claim more Hellfires, gives us at 447, and without further ado, it's level up time. We still have the increased chance for a super or great suck, so we may as well make use of it here, you know? The only thing is we need a fair few super and great sucks, or we are going to be SOL insofar as being able to get her much higher than 110 here. We already calculated it out to be like 450-ish 5-star embers per 2 levels here. There's finally a great success. So yeah. In fact, I'm gonna be hard-pressed to get her beyond 112 in general, I feel. I mean, I do have a lot of embers also stored in the second archive, plus just 4-star embers as well, but I don't want to tap into those unless I absolutely need to. Great, there we go. I will get to 110 here, and then once Melt is level 120, or as high as I can take her with my current amount of Ember stock, then we'll see about getting Jolter up there, because she definitely deserves it as well. I've kind of been slacking on Jolter's end of things, which is my bad, I'll admit it. My bad on neglecting Jolter. She will get up to level 100 with all the other S tier waifus, except for Mash, because don't let me level her up. Can't give her grills or anything. Great suck. There we go, and there we go. Melt is now officially level 110. So I do think that 112 is probably going to be the limits that we reach with her before we start running out of stuff to even use. Just doing a quick check, make sure I don't have any randos at level 1. Nope. Okay. Summoning Banner still ongoing. Also the Anastasia one, and Castoria. Yeah, I might throw 11 tickets at the banner before things call, but right now I'm not really shooting for any of these 3. Except for Gawain. Gawain has my interest peaked, I will say. Anyways, without further ado, let us continue with Section 9, Norwich 1. So, at least 2 sections are going to be in Norwich here. And this is a long one, so let's see how it goes. I will bring Da Vinci. We have my Castoria, and then we'll bring my Muramasa, Proto, with Aerial Drive. Actually, I don't have anybody else other than Proto that's been unlocked here. And even then, Proto's kind of iffy. Yeah, Saber's gonna be a little bit of an annoyance to beat since I don't have Tristan. But we'll have to deal with it. I'm stubborn like that. And so many Reddits are still private. It's just so like, oh, please. Blackout for Reddit works so that we can get the thing back. Human sword. Hey, old man, how's that armor repair I asked you coming along? Oh, that? I finished it ages ago. Only took me 2 days to re-hammer it whole. I know you've been taking good care of it, but it's time you put it to pasture. If I were you, I'd stop by the brass shop and choose a new set already. You roast apples here? Doesn't that make them hot? Wait, there's something on it. There's something see-through and shiny. This your first time in Norwich, good Sir Fang? This year's a new addition to the Count's menu. You won't find it anywhere in stuffy old Oxford. Here, have a taste if you don't believe me. Don't worry, this one's on the house. We're handing them out for free all over the district. So sounds like candied apples. Damn it, where'd the chimney sweep fairy go? You, it's your job to get rid of the soot. What have you been doing out here? Come on, good Sir Human, what's the harm? That thing's gonna be falling on our heads soon enough. Once it does, it'll blow away all the soot anyway, along with the rest of your apartment building. That's not the point. Even when you know it's going to rain tomorrow, you still need to wash the windows. Even when you know a storm is coming, you still need to keep the yard neat. Why? Because you never know when a new potential tenant might show up. You can't run a business while passing up opportunities for new clientele. Guess you're right about that. No wonder they call you the Spriggan of the Street. Guess there really is no beating a human when it comes to making money. Don't go dying on me, old man. This is all you guys done yesterday? You're not slacking off on me, are ya? I swear, everyone's been on edge since they heard Morgan abandoned the city. Even the soldiers are all holed up in Spriggan's Tower instead of making their patrols. Don't you guys see? This is the perfect opportunity. All we gotta do is borrow a little from the guys who won't even notice it's gone. The harbor's off limits? Damn it, and just when Faerie Britain's first ocean liner is docked right there. They say in Bamaru's construction is like nothing else. Do you want us to lose the Count Cuddy Sart? What? I'm sorry, but until the new lumber shipment comes in, there's nothing I can do. I wonder what Lord Spriggan's planning to do about this. So busy. Lazy, busy, same thing. Right, welcome to Norwich, Faerie Britain's only port town. One of the laws passed during the era of the High Queen prohibited the construction of any new iron weapons. So for about 1900 years, there were no iron weapons made in Faerie Britain whatsoever. But... Oberon, I thought that was you. You always do stand out. What the hell are you doing in Norwich? Haven't you seen the sky? Oh, you mean those rain clouds? Yes, I did think those were hot since the rainy season's supposed to be over now. But it's gonna take more than a few rain clouds to put a damper on Norwich, right, Knack? Besides, a good actor is never far from where there's fun to be had. Norwich is about to have a party of a lifetime, yes. Of course, the Fairy King's not gonna miss that. You got that right. You really are something else, Oberon. We scoundrels of Norwich knew we were asking for trouble when we broke the law and turned this town into a smithing city. Compared to the Queen's sheer might, this calamity pool is nothing. Thanks, Oberon. Make sure to come by the shop later. The wife's a big fan of yours, you know. Damn, who was that Earthglide fairy? He had one hell of an aura about him. How long has he been working the forge? Gotta be more than 200 or 300 years. I know what you mean. Knack, was it? He had the same incredibly obstinate aura as you do. That ain't what I was talking about. If you're curious about Knack, I can take you to his smithy later. I believe he's a low-class fairy who's been around for 400 years, so he knows pretty much everything about the history of smithing in Faerie Britain. 400 years? even though he's a low-class fairy. And it's because his purpose hasn't changed. He's still just as capable a smith as ever. Now, where was I? Oh, right. 100 years ago, Spriggan led Norwich to great prosperity by rolling back the no iron weapons law. The law was originally passed because iron weapons are dangerous to fairies, and having more of them in circulation would inevitably result in more homicides. Fairicides. But then, between the northern fairies' suspicious activity, the rise in the number of Moors, and above all, the developments in human technology, it was clear the Fae folk would need to rely on iron again. Spriggan was able to convince the Queen of the necessity, and she relented. Ever since, Norwich went from being a city of fairies to a city where the laws of smithing come first. While Salisbury is the only city that grants humans their freedom under Faerie Britain's rules, all are equal under the laws of artistry in Norwich. Here, while some fairies still have human slaves, others respect humans for their skills at smithing. In fact, there are even some human merchants who are so respected that they have a steady pool of fairy labor they regularly exploit. I mean, there are human company owners slave-driving fairy employees here. That's right, you won't find their stores on Main Street, though. They're more under-the-counter outfits. Fairies are pure by nature, which also makes them gullible. There's no end of fairies here who are worked to the point of dying from exhaustion. And they don't even have one more pound to show for it. Suffice to say, Norwich is known for both its smithing and its loose morals. But then that's just how it is for all human cities, isn't it? Nice shiny storefronts next to filthy back alleys. And Spriggan, the head of the Earth Clan and lord of this city, hasn't been all that shy about promoting those kinds of ventures. Sometimes it even feels as though he's trying to turn Norwich into a human city. Human city, huh? So is the fact that there's a calamity pool in the sky here just sort of cut judgment on Norwich? Like it's just nature's way of punishing the city for its misdeeds or something? Well, of course not. There's good and bad in any city. Norwich is hardly special in that case. It's winding up the site for the next calamity is just a coincidence, really. You know, since it looks like we're going to have some time, why don't we split up for a while? Go visit whatever part of the city interests you. After all, we're trying to save the city from the calamity pool that's hanging right above it. Getting to know it on your own terms before you set about defending it can only be a good thing. Sounds like a plan to me. Besides, I was just thinking I could use some more information on that giant rain cloud calamity pool. Will you come with me, Soul? Sure thing. I think I'll visit next smithy. I could use a good blacksmith to make a magecraft item. I've been wanting to try it out. I'll go with you. I'm curious to see what a fairy smithy's like. Besides, I'm your bodyguard. A smithy, huh? Guess I'd only get in the way if I went along too. In that case, how about sampling the local delicacies with me while we look for a place to stay? Really? That sounds great. I'm with you, Oberon. Then it's settled. We'll meet up back here on this street around lunchtime. Oh, and while Soul shouldn't draw too much attention walking around here on his own, I'd still appreciate you looking out for him in case any of the guards decide to question him, Da Vinci. Don't worry. If that happens, I'll just pretend I'm Soul's big sister. Big sister, huh? Okay, Norwich sightseeing sounds good and all, but first there are two other things we need to take care of. First, we need to find out everything we can about that dark cloud, the calamity pool hanging above our heads. That includes what kind of harm it's doing now, what kind of harm it's expected to do later, whether it's even possible for us to get rid of it, that sort of thing. And the other thing is... find Mash. Yes, that one without saying, huh? Okay, let's start with the stores over Main Street. We don't have a lot of time, so let's just get in there and ask as many questions as we can, no matter how weird they look at us. A human girl in black armor. I see humans in armor every day since the Round Table Army comes here to buy supplies, but I've never seen a girl with black armor among them. She does sound kind of familiar, though. But hey, never mind that. Now that you're here, why not buy some news about the Child of Prophecy? I've got a story about her battle with Gawain at the Western Range, and another about her battle with Tristan in Gloucester. They're both good, trust me, but if you want to know more, you'll have to cough up the more pounds. I dropped my water bottle lid. We know for sure the Child of Prophecy has shown up now. I bet she could even get rid of the calamity pool if she ever decides to come to Norwich. The best cobbler in town. You want to know about what kind of problems we've had since the calamity pool showed up? Ain't it obvious? The damn weather! It's dark, it's windy, and everybody's on edge. Even when you think it's finally going to start raining, it never does. At first, we were all afraid it was going to rain Moors on us or something, but now everyone's business as usual. Nobody has any idea what might happen if the calamity pool ever does come crashing down on us. And I can promise you nobody's ever thought about how we might get rid of it. Morgan's always managed to do something about them whenever they've sprung up in the past. But since she declared that she was going to leave Norwich to its fate, we can't even count on that this time. Although, now that you mention it, it's strange. How did the Queen get rid of the calamity pools before? I don't know. A human girl wearing black armor. The red-haired cafe server. Yes, of course I know about her. She's all the customers have been talking about. I don't know the details, but she's famous up in the north. Don't get in my face like that. You made me drop the fries! You really need to keep your servants under better control, miss. Oh, wait. Come to think of it, this was all the rage in Salisbury for a while, wasn't it? Buying a human from a ranch when they're still young and raising them like they're your adopted child. They say free-range humans like that can grow up much better than ones from a ranch. That's kind of, morbid. Morbid. Sorry, no, I'm human too, so I don't know anything more about the calamities than you do. But I've seen one. I've never seen one before. They say a calamity shows up every 100 years, and every 1,000 years there's a great calamity. But we're well past the 2000th year of the Queen's era, right? So everyone in the town's afraid it's finally gonna happen. My wife's so anxious about it, she can't even help me out in the shop anymore. Every morning she blinds herself, then when her eyes have healed the next morning, she does it again. Why don't we just leave Norwich if we're that scared? Believe me, I've considered it. But there's a reason we can't all just pick up and leave, just between you and me. On second thought, never mind. I don't need the friggin' soldiers catching wind of this and breaking down my door. I'm sorry, but do you mind going somewhere else now? My wife is scared enough as it is. Interesting. Well, I guess it's what we should have expected. If there was something people could do about the calamity pool, well, of course they'd already be doing it. We did learn about Mash, indeed. That's true. Before, nobody had heard of her. Now we're at least getting some glimmers of recognition. We'll have to do some more digging in the afternoon. Who knows? Maybe Mash is a lot closer than we. We're back. Next smith was incredible. I bet he could make the kind of magecraft stuff I can't even describe. And we could do it easily, too. Hey, that's a good idea. It'll be like Faerie Britain style vacuum installation. The only problem is how light could we make it? Since that neck guy can handle alloyed steel no problem, we might be able to pull off stainless steel. You two must have had a successful outing if you were already planning mischief together. We're back, and wow, Norwich's rest areas are amazing. They'll have this thing called a sauna that's really hot, but it's also relaxing. And the fruit juice they gave us afterwards may be the best thing I've ever tasted. If we're going to spend the night here, we should definitely stay at that inn. Glad you all enjoyed yourself. There's no rush to find a place to stay tonight, so let's worry about that later. I'm afraid I don't have much to report. Every conversation seemed to be complaints about Queen Morgan and hopes for the Child of Prophecy. You know, stuff like, I can't wait for the Child of Prophecy to get here. We'd give her a hero's welcome if she'd showed up. She must be an incredible fairy. I don't know what she looks like, but I bet I'd recognize her instantly. She must be stronger than Queen Morgan, more beautiful than Lancelot. More imposing than Gawain, and kinder than Tristan. Kinder than Tristan, it's not that hard. If only they knew she was already here. Will you keep your voice down, Oberon? We do know the last part is true. You think so? Well, maybe. Tristan definitely didn't seem very kind at all. I'm not sure how to feel about there being only one area I could compete, though. No way, she's here. She's really here. Everyone, come quick. The Child of Prophecy is here. Wait, I'm still not ready. You've got the wrong fairy. No, wait, that's not true either. I know I'm not quite look the part, but, oh, fine, it's true. I am the Child of... She came in from Sheffield up north, through the impenetrable Venna. She deposed Boggart the Tyrant, and now she's here to save Norwich, too. It's her, the Child of Prophecy in black armor. Mash, the Child of Prophecy. Good day, my beloved citizens of Norwich. Please settle down if you would. I was planning to announce this at the bell tower with a more appropriate ceremony. Since you're all here now, I may as well take this moment to introduce you. Indeed, this is the very knight who defeated the 3 Tamlin at Sheffield, and who brought Boggart the Banished to justice. This is the Child of Prophecy, Tamlin Galahad. Just look at all that magical energy. It really is the Child of Prophecy. But why is she with you, Spriggan? Isn't the Child of Prophecy High Queen Morgan's enemy? It seems there's been a misunderstanding. Her Majesty has never once called for the Child of Prophecy's death. If any of you should find her, you are to invite her to Camelot as a proper guest. Those are the High Queen's own words, delivered directly to myself and my fellow clan heads. That is why I went out to greet her last night upon her arrival from Ravenna. And since I couldn't risk anything happening to our honored guest, I brought my elite soldiers with me to keep her safe. So I guess the Child of Prophecy is going to be taken off to Camelot soon then. Oh no, not at all. High Queen Morgan never said anything about bringing her immediately. Rest assured, my good people, I take responsibilities as your elected clan leader very seriously. While I of course have the utmost respect and loyalty for High Queen Morgan, your safety is my top priority. Which is why I will be having Tamlin Galahad stay in my vault castle. Rest assured, the Child of Prophecy has come to Norwich. We need fear the calamity no longer. So please, my good people, relax and go about your business as usual. If the High Queen should have any complaints, I shall take full responsibility. Ash wasn't looking too happy. That's the Child of Prophecy, really? Have I just been wrong the whole time? Because that would be hugely embarrassing. Of course not, Artoria. Please have more faith in yourself. I don't know who this Galahad person is, but she has to be either an imposter or the real deal. Right, so you've been traveling with Artoria all this... So why do you look of time to stop? Just, I will stab you if you go over to the other child's side. Well, I'm about to be stabbed, that's... What? MASH! That's MASH? Oh crap, keep cool, soul. If you go into the plaza now... No chance. Oh, I'm surprised to see someone push through the crowd and climb up on stage while I'm giving a speech. You're not from Norwich, are you, human? If you were, you would know exactly what would happen if... No, it's alright. He's just a human, no threat whatsoever. From the looks of you, you're not from Britain, are you? Then you must be the one Beryl. I'm not here for you. Oh, then who are you here for? MASH! MASH, how do you know that name? I don't think we've ever met before. Alright, I went by that name in Sheffield, so I guess word must have spread. Yes, I'm MASH, Knight of Sheffield. I'm also known as the Child of Prophecy. She lost her memories too, no! As Spriggan said, I came here to rid Norwich of the calamity. I can't promise I'll be completely successful, but I swear I'll fight as hard as I can. Any support you can offer will be greatly appreciated. That would sting. Wonderful, just the sort of announcement I would expect to hear from the Child of Prophecy. My people should all be able to sleep more easily tonight. Now then, we'd best be on our way. You can have them stand down now, guards. Yes, sir. Alright, that's enough from you. Consider yourself lucky you don't even get punched. Wait, can I talk to him just for a little? I'm sorry, Tamlin Galahad, but we really must be getting back to the castle now. Here you are, a special carriage fit for the Child of Prophecy to... Oh? Why are you crying, my dear? Is something wrong? Oh gosh, I am, aren't I? I'm not sure why, either. Some of Norwich's soot must have gotten into your eyes. It happens all the time here. Now come, Child of Prophecy. You must be tired from your journey. I can assure you that my castle is the safest place in all of Britain. Guards, keep an eye on that human. If you see him going anywhere alone, bring him in. Rough him up if you want, just don't kill him. That boy is one of the High Queen's guests too. Having him in our custody can only give us more leverage. I'm a guest. Yay. Oh, that was too close for comfort. I can't believe you went right up to Spriggan like that. He's the head of the Earth Clan and the Lord of Norwich. So that girl he had with him who he claimed was the Child of Prophecy. You're saying that was MASH? Don't even trust myself to speak. Absolutely. Even at this distance, I could tell it was her. Though I don't know why she's calling herself the Child of Prophecy, or why she didn't react to Soul. Wait, yes I do, it's the Nameless Woods. I managed to avoid losing my sense of self thanks to my unique memory capacity settings. But in Mash's case, there's a very high chance she's suffering from the same temporary amnesia Soul and Artoria had. But Soul got his memories back pretty quickly, right? So why is the Shield Girl still missing hers? I'm not sure. Maybe she ended up gaining some kind of powerful position before she could remember who she really is. Until I get a chance to examine her myself, I can't say anything for sure. We know she's alright, true. Yes, that's true, Soul. I was pretty taken back to see people call her the Child of Prophecy. But aside from that, the fact she's alive and here in Norwich is the best news we could have hoped for. Yep, Spriggan may have beaten us to the punch, but it also looks like he's giving her the royal treatment. So all you have to do is create an opportunity to talk to her, which should only be a matter of time. In the meantime, our current most pressing problem is... I know, our unexpected company. You there, with a human. You're all suspected of criminal activity. Come with us, try to resist, and we'll execute sentence here and now. Spoken soldiers, what do we do, everyone? Take him down, of course. Right, Soul? Not letting anyone stop us now. No mercy. Oh, excuse me. Okay, this isn't too bad. 20 to 30k. They're closer to 30k for everybody here. Fangs, Triumph, and a single attack. I really don't know if I should be focusing on Astoria damage or Da Vinci. Probably Da Vinci, just because he's got an NP that we'll be able to unleash soon. Brave Chain ahoy. I should have done Buster leading Brave Chain, for sure. For sure, that's what I should have done. Oh well. So we'll be able to Da Vinci NP next turn. Super Brave Chain. Hey, Frost! Welcome to the stream. It has been a while. How be things? How be things? Okay, this one will be easy to take down. Go for these to get some stars. Good amount of stars. And they're just getting stronger. Of course they're just getting stronger, aren't they? Do that. Why can't you collect your quartz in limited missions? You've already cleared the story already. That's odd. Hey Mordred, welcome to the stream. That sounds almost like it might be a glitch, but it's not letting you claim. Because if you've already completed the story, then there really shouldn't be any limitations, at least in my opinion. Unless maybe they won't be claimable until part 2 comes out, perhaps? That could be the case. It could be needs to wait for the second part of Camelot to come out. Good job, Da Vinci. Now it's just Muramasa's turn to delete. Of course these things are just gonna get stronger. Why wouldn't they? I was foolish to think otherwise. I am pretty sure that you are on my friends list. I am pretty sure that you are there. I'll check after this note, though, just to be sure. It's just Frost. That's your player, correct? Just barely not enough to one-shot this whole wave. Darn. Use your Tamlin Gawain. Should the opportunity arise where I can use any servant, I will take that offer up, just because I'm restricting myself a little bit here. Only using the servants that I are either provided to me, like the story support, or that I've quote-unquote unlocked, except for Proto Arthur, because Otherwise, I wouldn't have anybody really to use. Because I don't have Tristan. I don't have red hair leveled up, which is my own fault, I guess, but alright, that's the node done. I'll check, make sure I've got you added to my friends list here real quick, Frost. Hey! Gareth got to Bond 6. Good job, Gareth. Oh! Hello. Is that the mission you're talking about there, Frost? The ones that literally just popped up for me. Part 2, Chapter 6 release. One main quest node. Okay, so if that's the case, it might be that you did it before these... So I'm guessing you completed this all before these showed up, maybe? Is what it is? Because I didn't get these on Wednesdays. I'm guessing these are newly added missions, and because you've already completed... Okay, so you're gonna have to wait until you get... Yep, they were just added today, so you're gonna have to wait until Part 2, I'm guessing, releases to get to claim those. Also, get rid of these rando people. Alright, let's see here. Frost. Where? There you are, yep. There you are, Frost. Varying display sets here. Oh, is that Gawain? Right there in the saber slot? Because I do not recognize that sprite in the slightest. That's a pretty heavy metal looking final ascension. Okay, anyways, so that was part 1. We've been reunited with MASH, even if it's only in technicality terms, so let's continue on here. I do hope that I get more of these leyline stones, or more servants to unlock, because right now it's kind of a little difficult doing these under these certain challenge restrictions. A little bit difficult. Damn it, here comes another wave. Form a squad, square around Soul. Don't get caught out alone, or they'll pick us off one at a time. Right, that makes sense. They're definitely stronger than I am. I'll say. They might not be as bad as the soldiers in Olympus, but they're still ridiculously tough. Guess that's fairies for you. Okay, let me try a flash bomb spell. Alright, I used it up at Nax. You... why? Artoria, why did you use a flash bomb spell at a smithy? Yeah, boy, we're pinned down. Good, those MPs must have heard the commotion. You there, cut off their escape route. It's over for you. Prepare to feel the wrath of Lord Spirit. Huh? You're right, it's over. For you. This area belongs to the Norwich Merchants Association. Lord Spriggan's private soldiers have no authority here. You're the ones breaking the law. Why you? Who do you humans think you are? What firm do you belong to, huh? We're part of the provisional militia, formed by every firm that was reinstated to help deal with the Calamity Pool. Our financier is the Count. Need I say more? You've got the Count backing you? Damn it! Fine, we'll take our leave for now. But this isn't over, MP. Mark my words. The Count? Dracula's here? Vlad is here? Wow. So I'll have... if Vlad is here, then I have a Berserker. Awesome. It's great they took their injured and left, but... yeah, you guys are Norwich soldiers too, right? Why'd you help us? We don't know why we were given these orders either. All we know is that you and you... and me. That's right. The Count has asked us to extend you an invitation to his mansion. And any friend of the Count's is a friend of ours. We hope you'll pay him a visit if you have the time. He said he would like to give you all a special welcome as the true saviors of Norwich. Then I can assure you Count... Pepperon... Oh, it's Pepe! He's here! How did he get here? Wait. How did he get here before... Okay, I remember he was in Olympus. He saw what Beryl did. How did he get here? How did he escape Olympus? Yeah, and before me too, but how did he escape Olympus? Unless, I can't remember, did Koyan ferry him as well? Huh? Count Pepperon. How many pauses I do. Okay. That's an outfit. What do you mean by pauses? Is my microphone stuttering or something? Or is the stream stuttering? Of course it was me, hun. Oh, long time no see, soul. Another night call. A night call. True. It has been a while. No weapons, please. Oh my, what is this now? You're already palling around with 2 new cuties since the last time I saw you. My goodness, fate just loves you, huh, hun? Now you've got the local girls fawning all over you as well as Mashy. If it isn't Pepperoncino, you really made a name for yourself here, huh? I almost didn't recognize... What am I saying? I'm not some starving crow. Of course I'd recognize you. The only difference is you're even more now. You know this man too, Muramasa. Maybe you can introduce me then. So he's got Muramasa and another beautiful man with him too. Who's that, I wonder? I'm sorry I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I'm Count Pepperon, the fabulous, charismatic designer who arrived in Faerie Britain like a comet, and built a brand to rival the Knocker Company in only a month. I hope we can let bygones be bygones and focus on the here and now, Muramasa. Oh, and you are. I see, you're Count Pepperon. It's an honor to meet you. I'm Oberon the Fairy King, a servant of proper human history side. Oh my, Oberon from a midsummer night's dream. Oh, how wonderful. You're just like I always imagined you. I think you and I are going to get along swimmingly. And just look at how similar our names are. Pepperon, Oberon. It's like we've got a talent running in our very veins. Do you really know this person, Soul? He doesn't seem like an ordinary human. In multiple ways. Hello, Lucario. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy this rendition of Lostbelt 6, where I read things out loud with some very bad voiceovering. Pepe's a great guy. Yeah, Pepe is probably one of the chillest of all the cryptors, honestly. What an honor to know you trust me so much, Soul. Okay, I'll start with my story. After all, I'm sure you must be on the edge of your seats, wondering why I'm here in Faerie Britain now, and how I came to be into possession of such a fabulous mansion. You're far away from there? Well, in that case, you might want to just dip out here, Lucario, if you don't like spoiler territory, because I am knee-deep in spoilers. And I like to speculate a lot as well. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of Lostbelt 6. I know my Lostbelt numbers. Not really, no. You came here to kill Beryl in revenge for what he did to Kirstaria. You'd have arrived a month or two ahead of us, around the time we were dealing with Limbo's nonsense. Oh, right. You know, Limbo is like a little bit of a road bump that I don't even acknowledge him. I completely forgot about Limbo. And now that I think about it, did I ever do the free quests in that place? Weeklies should reset on Sunday. I don't think... I have to check if I even did the free quests in the Hien Kyo one. You're not bothered by spoilers? Okay, well, I'll be glad to have you then, Lucario. Please tell me, who is your favorite servant in FGO? Then you use your knowledge of proper human history to give yourself an edge as a designer. And now you're high on your own success and have everyone calling you Count Pepperon. Sound about right, Soul? Uh-oh. Da Vinci be fuming. Well, thanks for stealing my thunder there, Da Vinci. You're a huge help. I'm surprised you nailed the barrel angle, too. Do I really seem the caring type? A little bit. I guess I do. I'm not quite sure how to feel about that. Oh gosh, all that trust you have in me is going to make it hard for life as a cryptor. Oh, you're still calling yourself as one of those. Kirshari already cut ties with the foreign god, or rather, showed he was never really on her side to begin with. And since you were always on Kirshari's side, I thought you'd given up being a cryptor back at Olympus.
I'm afraid it's not that simple. Besides, David's still out there. Anyway, this is a whole other thing. I'm not doing this for Woodame. I'm doing it for me. As a member of Team A, I feel it's my duty to tie up all these loose ends. On another note, how was your battle with Woodame, Soul? Was it fun, or was it grueling?
Honestly, Kirshdaria, like, top tier master. And it's proven given the fact that he took down the Singularities 7 times as well. Yeah, he was a hell of a master. It sucks that he had to go.
I see. Okay, now I want to hear all about you guys. What can you tell me about the current situation in Chaldea?
It's been a while since I tried to put on the Pegasus voice, so I have no idea if I'm hitting it properly here. Look at all these quests and stuff. Another no battle mode. I forgot to check to see if I did the frickin' Hien Kyo free quests.
I see, so there's another threat to the world besides the Bleached Earth phenomenon. And you came here to stop this collapse. Yep, that tracks. Not really the kind of thing you can just turn your back on. Sounds like things didn't go so well for you after you made land, though. So that's why Mashi isn't here with you.
Oh, did you just have to reset the game? And you just started in April's end. Okay, so you've only been a while. I'll be sure to drop my... If you do !FC, you will see my friend code. And I can add you onto my friend list so you have access to my servants as support. But Artoria is an excellent choice for a servant, and the second name you put there, it's just completely glitched out, you know? I can't seem to comprehend who you just typed in there. So, yeah. The lion's dead, so she's back to no-name territory. So, Mash and I all ended up taking different routes out of the Nameless Woods. Mash somehow ended up in the north, and some of the fairies think she's the Child of Prophecy now. Do you know anything about that? How that happened, Count Pepperon?
No, I don't. I didn't even know people thought Mashi was the Child of Prophecy until you told me. But I do know she's definitely not the Child of Prophecy. For one thing, she's not even a fairy.
Exactly, the only real Child of Prophecy is Artoria, except no substitutes. I don't think you need to be that insistent about it, Gareth.
No, she's right. You are the Child of Prophecy. You did come here with Soul. I've heard Ainsley's prophecy too. You've got the Staff of Selection and you're traveling with a visitor from a foreign land. That right there says it all. You're this land's savior, no doubt about it. And if the fact that you matched that prophecy perfectly enough wasn't enough, there's also your soul's aura. That alone tells me everything I need to know.
Am I ready for Anniversary? Kind of. It depends on how many quartz we're getting for free, really, because... Again, I know I'm going to be rolling for this upcoming Summer's Servants. I know I'm going to be rolling for Anniversary Servant. But I have no idea if any of these Lostbelt Servants, other than Oberon. Oberon right now is in the to roll for category. I am going to be throwing 11 tickets towards the current banner, though. Cool, I will be sure to add you here as soon as I'm done with this note, Lucario.
So chin up, Artoria. You're stronger than you think.
Summer Sai, Summer Okitan, and Summer Kama are the main 3 draws for me. Mainly because Kama as a base is very close to the S-tier waifu ranking. If she gets good enough character development this summer, she might breach into the S-tier.
Oh, thank you, Count Pepperon. That said, are you sure it's a good idea to talk about proper human history in front of Artoria and Gareth? Or does Chaldea just not care about secrecy like they used to?
I know. Gordy's definitely not going to be happy about this when he finds out. But our master insists on at least coming clean about our objective.
Oh my, how decent of you. But aren't you worried that might arouse suspicion? These fairies will think you're crazy if you go around talking about proper human history here, you know.
I forgot that it was this summer that we're getting it. I need to see who's all going to be available, to be honest. We don't have to worry about that. We have no idea what he's talking about anyway. Likewise. But that's okay. Whatever it is he's trying to do here, we can tell it means a lot to him.
Oh my, what wonderful companions you have. You are so very, very lucky. I'm jealous even. The world's full of strong people, smart ones too. But the only way you get dependable friends like this is if you live a life of integrity. The only friends I attract are just as selfish as I am.
That's not true, Count. Those soldiers who brought us here didn't just respect you for your money. They generally seem to trust you. So it looks like all non-limited and then story-limited up to Lostbelt 3. You have to bond 5 them and max ascend them. Yeah, that's gonna make it a little difficult. That will for sure make it a little difficult. Mainly because I have no idea who I'm going to be choosing.
You think so? Okay, moving right along.
Count, do you mind if I ask something? Ooh, Sitanai. Sitanai might be the choice then. I need to complete the Emiya family!
Not at all, hun. I'm always thrilled to answer any questions a Prince Charming like yourself might have for me.
We need to know more about what's going on with Norwich and Spriggan. Why aren't the fairies who live here evacuating? What does Spriggan plan to do when the calamity finally hits? Can you tell us anything on either subject?
Oh, that's easy, Oberon. One reason the Norwich fairies aren't evacuating is because they don't fear death as much as we do. But the biggest has to do with their jobs and the land. You already know how much fairies care about their purpose, right? Well, for these fairies of Norwich, their purpose is their job, so they can't just give it up and look for another. On top of that, they're also being held back by psychological shackles. You see, Spriggan actually sold Norwich's land right before those dark clouds showed above it. You see, back when he sold Norwich out from under the previous lord. And all the fairies who owned land here were banished to the north.
I'm not sure on the bags just yet. I haven't looked at what bags will be available. Who to pick for the free SSR? Waver is an excellent starting player option. If you get him to 10-10-10, he is a free 50% for anything. Very good at farming for NPs. But I'm trying to get the ticket thing. Special summon. Okay. I'm looking at all the available servants for summoning here. Yeah, Waver is a good choice. If you have your own Waver, don't need anyone else for support. Anyways, true. Zhang Yu is also an excellent choice just for the sheer raw power he has in a 5-star Berserker AoE servant. In my humble opinion, I use him quite a bit. Yeah, those are kind of the big choices. Honestly, I'm going with Sitanai, though. Sitanai is another good choice, though. I will admit Sitanai is another good choice. But, Sitanai would be harder to level up just because she requires some materials from the later Lostbelts. That is something else we need to consider. Lucario is fairly new to the game, just started in April, so some of those harder materials will be, Oh, he's gonna get some cubes? Okay, there we go, then.
And Spriggan claimed all this land for himself. For a long time, every smith in Norwich rented the land they need to ply their trade. But now, at long last, land was put up for sale and the fairies have worked together to buy it for themselves. That includes fairies Spriggan has been exploiting all this time. And fairies who sold everything they had just so they could finally afford their own land. Things were much happier in Norwich after that, but then...
A calamity pool showed up in the sky. So these fairies won't leave Norwich because they finally have their own land here, huh? I believe it. To a smith, their forge is more important than their life. They could never leave it, no matter how scared they might be of this calamity pool. Is that why you put your security detail together? Because you didn't think Spriggan's soldiers alone would be enough?
No, Spriggan's army has no intention of keeping Norwich safe. If anything, he wants the Calamity to get here. I expect he'd like nothing better than to get rid of all the ferries and buildings for him. He wants to nullify the contract. Hey, Goomba! Welcome to the stream. How be things? How be things? Now I get it. He's a land shark. Ooh, if you have... if you have Castoria... I mean... 2 supports is not bad. Yeah, having Castoria and Waver both leveled up to max will give you a free 100% charge. Yeah, Waver is really good, and Castoria is also... They're both, like, S-tier support servants. And for a lot of farming content, support is really where it's at. That's right, it makes sense you'd have some experience with this sort of thing, huh, Mashy? Also, glad to hear you're doing good, Miss Goomba. You did the new interludes. I don't really have that many of them unlocked myself, sadly. Mainly because I'm lacking the servants. Spriggan never meant to give up this land. He knew the Calamity would be coming. It's right there in the prophecy, after all. The part about disaster to falling city of iron and soot. So first he sold the land to the fairies at a high price. And then, once the Calamity has come effectively all Norwich vacant, he'll buy the land for a steal. Thank you for the follow real quick there, Lucario. Thank you kindly. It is appreciated. Norwich's inheritance tax is stupidly expensive. The next generation of fairies could never hope to pay it. This way, Spriggan gets both the money for the land and the rights to redevelop it however he likes. 2 birds, 1 stone, and he doesn't even have to throw it himself. The only other place you'd find a fairy that devious is in proper human history. Are you kidding? That's even more horrible than anything that fairies in proper human history's done. I always knew Spriggan was shameless, but I had no idea it was that awful. Yeah, I mean... That is... Like... Is there a good fairy at all here in Faerie Britain? Like, any good fairy at all in Faerie Britain? The bar owner was a good fairy. The 2 goblins didn't even come from Faerie Britain. Habitrot seems like a good fairy. Castoria is a good fairy. It just seems like there's a lot more bad fairies outweighing the good. So that's why the fairies here are still living in their lives as usual. No, it's not that. They don't have any other choice, after all, if they left here. They'd be broke and unable to pay the next year's existence tax. I knew it was strange. Why were there still fairies who cared about the well-being of their human servants here? The Calamity will kill humans, too. Now I see those fairies probably want to run away, but they can't bring themselves to actually do it. Hold on, you said Spriggan has no intention of keeping Norwich safe, right? So then what if he tries to do something to Mash? No, you don't have to worry about her. She had as much magical energy as a Tamlin. There's no way Spriggan could do anything to stop her. At best, he could just stall her by entertaining her in his castle. No, the real problem is we no longer have any way of seeing her again. Oh, right. If Spriggan only cares about saving his own inner circle, he'd never let the Child of Prophecy leave the castle. Yep, I have been told that. That Habitrot will be added in. So, 4-star Rider support. Interesting build, I guess. I'll wait. I only saw her first 2 skills, so I'm guessing her 3rd skill is going to be locked until the end of the Singularity or something. The second you let her talk to the fairies in town, Mash should figure out what's really going on. If Mash's not going to come to us, we're going to have to come to her. It's time to rescue my Mash. Mash is my top servant, by the way, Lucario. I wouldn't recommend that. Spriggan's Castle is the most heavily guarded place in all of Britain. It's commonly known as the Vault Castle, and it's like Spriggan's antisocial personality came to an architectural life. If they hole up in there, not even a Tamlin would have an easy time breaking her out. I know there's nothing you can do about it now, but you really shouldn't have let Mashy go with him. The only way we'll be able to see her again now is if she leaves the castle of her own accord. Mashed potato. Yes, she's my Mashy. My mashed potato. Alright, so really quickly here, let me acknowledge the friend request from Lucarlo. Alright, let us see. So,
I have to say, for having started in April, you have a very stacked... Like, you are incredibly stacked for having just started in April. Good gracious! Like, I don't care for him, but Berserker Arjuna is, like, one of the best farming servants, hands down. You have a very stacked deck. Only thing I would really... Oh, he gets even more free Synchords, so that would explain it. I would definitely recommend skilling up, at the very least, Castoria. Because Castoria is a very high-quality servant to level up her skills. And then there's Mash. Definitely... Nope. I take that back. Take that back. First things first, get that Mash to 10-10-10. Mash definitely is 10-10-10 material. Hot damn! That is luck incarnate. You got the Valks too. Nice. Got Summer Ilya. EX rank luck indeed. EX rank luck indeed. Yeah, you got a really stacked setup here. It's not too big of a deal right now, but I will recommend learning how to set up... Oh, nope, never mind. I just saw that you had a 4th tab with the events on it. Never mind. I was going to say something about setting up an event tab, but you've already got it done. You beat me to the punch there. So, yeah. Except... Yes. You are now friends with Lucarlo. Alright. Also, before I continue with this, I need to see if I made a mistake. Have I completely... Yeah. I could have swore I did the free quests here. I could have sworn I did these. Well, I guess I gotta do that sometime on stream. I'm a slacker / procrastinator. You're up through the 2nd Lostbelt. Okay, not bad. You are making you're making good progress. Oh, I will. Not today, though. Today is all about Faerie Britain. Get through Section 9 and keep going until I either run out of steam or I hit the end of story content, because I have no idea how long this is. Restricted. Okay. It's Berserker, though, so this shouldn't be that bad. I'm a little bit... I don't like that Castoria's in the front line. I like my support servants to be further back, but... It is what it is, and we're fighting Pepperon's golems. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to be more conservative with my quartz coming forwards, because I have gotten into my college program, so this fall I'm not gonna be working anymore, so I'm not gonna be able to do my monthly quartz infusions as readily. Grinded out all but the Protea chapters of the BB thing. As far as... I'm not going to complete that main quest interlude myself. I've got it locked down at the She Who Shall Not Be Named fight, because I need to relieve stress sometimes. I need to relieve some stress occasionally. So I quit that fight before the thing actually ends. Okay, I know. I can't see the rewards. Where are the rewards? There we go. Oh! Nice! There's the rewards. I forgot. I completely forgot how to check that. We have a Muramasa NP, though Muramasa's nearly dead. Let's do a Brave Chain with Garrett. I'm not sure as far as what Oberon's kit is going to be. I've I've intentionally kept myself blind for pretty much all of the Lostbelt servants. They are pretty much all surprises to me. I don't know what their kits are until they're revealed, in story or otherwise. Like, there was some... I was spoiled a little bit. I knew that Morgan, Oberon, and Fairy Knights, I guess, were going to be servants. I didn't know exactly what the Fairy Knights... And Kazura Drop. Kazura Drop was also spoiled. But I don't know their actual kits or anything. Just because I'm not rolling until I get their story significance. I very much play FGO for the story stuff. Sorry. That's a Stanley's Parable reference, but I play for the story, and right now, from a story standpoint, I have not been too impressed by most of them. Oberon is the one that has impressed me most of the servants in this Lostbelt, with Gawain being a possible contender. Morgan is no right now, just because she's Beryl's husband, and Beryl has abused MASH in the past. And Tristan, I'm up and Oberon just because she's psychopathic, sadistic, but she also brutalized the one that threatened my MASH. So, Orion I also have. I did get Orion. I think I rolled for him on the GSSR, perhaps? How did I get Orion? I can't even remember how I got him. Okay, that's that. Now I have much better idea of what you're all capable of. Whoa, so those are the famous Norwich treasure golems I've heard so much about. They really do run on pixie dust. You're stuck in Lostbelt 3. In what manner would you say you're stuck? Great job, team. I was wondering where you were going on about when you suddenly asked if we wanted to exercise. But not only did those things turn out to be real pushovers, they were loaded with treasure. And it is okay if we keep the spoils of war for ourselves, right, Count? Of course, the Child of Prophecy's party has got to live in style. I know, right? Thanks, Count. Come on, Artoria, Soul. Let's get back to Norwich and spend some of this money. I have a whack-a-may-flavored gelato here that's to die for. Guess they would use seaweed in this cuisine. I have no idea what wakame is normally. I think I'll pass for now, or at least until Muramasa taste tests it for me. Wakame-flavored sweets. Why do they sprinkle sugar on seaweed or something? I mean, I ain't gonna turn it down, but I'd rather just have plain old gelato. And it looks like all the tension that's been building since we first heard about the deal in Norwich has eased away nicely. I'm impressed, Count. You found a way to help us relax and get a handle on our abilities all at once. Who, me? I'm just pawning off some grunt work. You guys saved me the trouble of taking out these golems myself. You really shouldn't be so quick to trust me, Da Vinci. Like I said, I'm still a crypto. Once this business with Beryl is taken care of, I'm going right back to being your enemy. A crypto, huh? Your real name was Myorenji Oro, right? According to Caldea's database, you were doing dirty work for the Mage Association when Marysbury discovered you. Oh. He was doing, he's an assassin for the Mages Guild. Interesting. Or Mage Association. Mage Guild, Mage Association. Why did I say Mage Guild? I haven't played Skyrim in a long time. So, the 15-2. I'm gonna look into seeing about what I can do to recommend for help as well here, Lucarlo. Then he assigned you to Chaldea after transferring you to the astronomy department. That all lines up with what you told us in India too, but that's as far back as your records go. Since you helped us out both in India and Olympus, and it looks like you're going to help us here too. It would be too presumptuous to say I consider you an ally, and I'd love to know what really makes you tick. So, 15-2. Okay, it looks like it is just before the Li Shuen fight. It is... yeah, a lot of terracotta warriors and royal guards. So you definitely want to go with an alter ego, I would say. Three times evade and kills Arjuna and Morgan fast. Yep, that makes sense. There should be... I'm really good with the servants. I'm not so good with the CEs. I know that there are CEs that allow for pierce invulnerability. But I can't name them off the top of my head.
Oh, wow, that hit me like a light bolt of lightning, hon. You really are a genius when it comes coming up with a line like that.
Really? Was it that good? I've never hit on anyone before, so that's good to know.
Oh, yes, darling, it was simply wonderful. After all, you said it for me, not for Chaldea. Alright, it's not a very fun story, but if you really want to hear it, well, how can I refuse now? So you want to know what happened back when I was still went by Moyorenji Aro? You want to know what kind of person I really am? Well, you probably have a good idea already from the kind of work I did for the clock tower.
Pepe flashback.
My family comes from a long line of Shugendo practitioners, specifically Tengendo, the way of the Tengu. It's a sect of Shugendo whose ultimate goal is to have its practitioners, referred to as the fallen or corrupted Tengu, arrive in hell. I was good enough at it that everyone used to fawn over me. But, well, me being me, it's no surprise that they eventually decided to expel me. So once my family stopped being my family, I tied up a few loose ends and put Japan behind me.
What you mean?
I killed my entire family and the sect, yes.
Okay, Pepe. Well, that's dark. So there's no one alive who knows your past. Well, that would explain why there weren't any records of it. So why'd you do that anyway?
Can't it just be because I thought it was for the best? The Moyorenji family was a single generation of Hojutsushi. I found I managed to form a connection to Sanat Karama on Mount Karama after he fell to Tengendo, but his descendants weren't so lucky. They've had to undergo long, intensive training to make their bodies superhuman without the power of Sanat Karama. In some ways, it was similar to how Muramasa lived. You practically kill yourself trying to come up with a special circuit, well, body really, and you can never pass it along to anyone else before you die. And that part I didn't have a problem with, though the real problem was how they went about growing their clan. I was directly descended from the founder, so I was born and raised on Mount Karama. But all the other Moyorenji children were kids they abducted from around the foothills. In ancient times, the child mortality rates used to be much higher than now. So back then it was easy to get away with kidnapping the occasional kid to raise as their own, but not now. Plus, if the kids couldn't keep up with the training, they'd abandon in the mountains, and even if they persevered, the only thing waiting for them was a fall from grace into hell. If messing with people's destinies wasn't bad enough on its own, the fact that the only choice they replaced it with was death or disgrace Tengu made it even worse. Any group that would keep doing something like that is irredeemable, so when I decided to leave the mountain, I killed them all first.
Even though they were your family.
Because they were my family, I wouldn't have cared if they had been strangers. But since they were my family, it was my responsibility to make sure they never ruined any more kids' lives. I'm very sentimental, but I'm even more of a neat freak. That's why I chose to make a clean break with my family instead of sticking with them. Basically, I'm a no-good scumbag who'd rather keep things neat and tidy than honor my crypto obligations. That's probably why I've been helping you guys, too. Well, are you convinced?
Yep, turns out you're much stronger than I give you credit for. By the way, purely out of curiosity, how talented were you exactly?
Well, if Moyorenji Hojutsushi can acquire one of the 6 Buddhist powers known as Rokenju in 100 years, that's enough for them to officially be considered a Tengu. I'd mastered 3 of them by the time I turned 10. Jinsokutsu, the power to run at superhuman speeds. Tashinitsu, the power to read people's minds. And Rojinsu, the power to know how long I'll live and what my fate will be. Can't blame them for thinking I was some kind of prodigy. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Now you know just how cruel I've been since I was born. Don't tell the others about this, okay? I'd like to keep this our little secret.
You can take any support. Okay. So I would personally, I would recommend Waver over Citanai as far as the free 5-star goes. Waver as a support will take you a lot further than Citanai, even if Citanai is really good. Yeah, if you want to put your... It sounds like you got other people offering you help before I could really offer some advice for that no there, Lucarlo. So yeah, if you want, you can put your friend code in the chat if you would like, and if anybody else would like to add you, they can feel free and out for you to help. But yeah, I would definitely suggest trying to look for a good invulnerability pierce. I just can't think of CEs that would do it off the top of my head, unfortunately. Man, I'm so glad Count Pepperon is a gourmand. That was the first full gourmet meal I gotten to eat in the 26 days since we've gone to Faerie Britain. Don't you mean 16? Huh, I've suspected since we left Salisbury that we might be on different pages there. Okay, this seems as good a time as any to clear this up, so let's go ahead and do that. You probably feel as though you've spent 10 fewer days in Faerie Britain than you actually have. And that's because you were unconscious for 10 days after you passed out in the Nameless Woods. And the reason I know that is because you guys showed up at Mike's establishment about 10 days after I started working there. Anyway, it's getting pretty late. I know we have a lot to think about, but for now, we should make sure we're well rested for tomorrow. You know, how did it take the fairies of the Nameless Woods more than, like, it had to take, we were there for, what, 3 days before they realized that we were human? So we were unconscious for 10 days. Did they not realize that we were human when they had to feed us? And give us water? How did we survive being unconscious for 10 days? We can split into 2 teams in the morning, and by then, it should be pretty clear whether we ought to focus on scouting out Springs Vault Castle or on investigating the Calamity Pool. Okay, good night, Soul. Take advantage of the private room the Count gave you and get plenty of rest, okay? Private room. Oh, hello! Going on another recon run? I'm not cut out for combat like the rest of you, so I need to at least keep a close eye on things. You're turning in for the night, right? You deserve to enjoy a real bed after so much camping out. Now that we have not 1 but 2 children prophecy here in Norwich, there's no chance Morgan sitting idly by. So I thought I'd go see what's happening in Camelot at least the best I can. Don't worry, I'll be back by morning. See you late. On second thought, I'm just gonna ask you, are you okay? Do I not seem okay? Oh, I thought you would insist we head to the Vault Castle immediately when we were talking about Spriggan and Mash. But you didn't say anything. You stuck to the same priorities we've been following so far. I'm sure you want nothing more than go after her, but as the Master of Chaldea, you've decided to stay the course. It was the right call, but seeing that face you made, I still can't help but worry about you. I do worry about her. I worry about my Mash so much, but I need to learn to trust her as well. I'm following your advice to trust about her rather than worry about her. Yeah, I did say that, but why did I have to say that back then? If only I'd known they'd be reunited so soon. Sorry, just thinking out loud. Anyway, let me say this. Mash said she still hadn't recovered her memories since leaving the Nameless Woods, right? Well, I'm afraid Da Vinci's theory was right. If someone who forgets their name in the Nameless Woods is given a stronger role, that is a new self, than they had before they lost their memories, they may not ever be able to return who they once were. I don't know how Mash ended up taking on the role of Child of Prophecy herself, but did the Mash you know have a role that could possibly surpass it? A role bigger than the responsibility of the fate of the world, with everyone's hopes and dreams on her shoulders. Exactly, it's hard to imagine she did, which means the Mash you're looking for is gone. We only need 1 Child of Prophecy to uncover Faerie Britain's secrets, and we already have Artoria for that. So I have to ask, do you still need to concern yourself with Mash? Even though she may never remember you, going back to being the Mash you know. Wait, what? No. I don't believe that. Mash will return. Mash will get her memories. I refuse to believe otherwise. I refuse to believe otherwise. Mash will come back. It's like the old saying, If you love something, set it free, and if it loves you back, it will return to you. I don't think I said the phrase properly, but that's the gist of it.
Never mind, it's obvious you do. Sorry for wasting your time. I clearly should have known better than to ask.
Anyway, I'll be happy to lend you my full support. Anything you want to know about the state of the world, I'll learn for you. Let's go, Vesper. Speedsters out! I'm gonna look here at the various lucky bags. Of course. Oh, no, 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 no. No. A ruler? I seriously have to fight a ruler class enemy? Oh, this is gonna drag on so long. Oh boy. Suck it up. Deal with it. Insert other motivational phrase here. I'm only punishing myself by fighting this way. I'm only making it harder on myself. But I'm a video game masochist, so yeah.
Good morning, honey buns. Everybody sleep well.
The Ritz has nothing on this place.
Right, believe me, I have very high standards about my interior design choices. But what's this Ritz place you're talking about? I've had so much going on, I don't think I've heard of it. Okay, before we have breakfast, there's something important we should talk about. For my part, I wanted to ask you guys about something about Norwich's security. But if you have a report you'd like to make, Oberon, please go right ahead.
Thank you, Count. That was very considerate of you. Last night I did a bit of scouting in Norwich and in Camelot. The rain cloud that is the calamity pool of Norwich is picking up steam, figuratively speaking. It's swirling around faster now, and I can sense an incredible amount of magical energy I couldn't before. If the magical energy were to say gasoline, there would be enough to burn Norwich to the ground. He's right. As of this morning, that rain cloud has enough magical energy to rival a gigantic reactor. Exactly how big of a reactor are we talking about here? Is it like the ones that the Olympus god machines used? No, but it does contain enough magical energy to power all of Chaldean for 2 months. Does that include the energy to preserve all the servants, though? That's the question.
Well, you Chaldeans really are something else, huh? I can't believe you'd go through that much magical energy in only about 2 months. Anyway, suffice to say the situation in Norwich is much worse than it was yesterday. All the townspeople are on edge, too. As for Camelot, fortunately, there was nothing major to report. Their only troop deployment was a squad of about 20 soldiers sent to hunt moors. No sign of any large-scale deployments. Let's see, the only one other noteworthy thing I saw was the Queen sitting in an empty throne room all night.
That must mean Spriggan hasn't told her about Mash, the Child of Prophecy, yet.
Definitely not. Spriggan's greed is working for us here. Even though he's counting on the calamity, he also wants to make sure the Vault's castle stays safe.
Alright, Lucarlo, good luck!
He's got years' worth of looted treasure stored there, and he wouldn't want to risk any of it. For all this big talk of how the calamity could never destroy it, I'm sure he's eager for some kind of insurance. That's why he brought Mash there, so he could make the Child of Prophecy at least protect his castle.
Unbelievable. What kind of clan head does that? I just hope he gets what's coming to him someday.
Agreed, that's just another reason we need to keep Norwich safe. The worst possible outcome for here would be for Norwich remaining intact, at least as far as he's concerned. Just imagine what would happen to all the incredibly unpopular lord who failed to take back his land once the next year rolls around.
Oh yeah, good point.
Anyway, that's all for my report. Sorry I couldn't contribute more.
Don't be silly. That was plenty useful info. Now that we know the Queen's army isn't headed here, we can focus on investigating that rain cloud up in...
Count Pepperon, we have an emergency! A large mass of Moors is advancing on the residential district from the ocean. There must be at least thousands of them. The calamity has begun.
Dong. I didn't expect for a bell to actually be ringing. Those of you with homes, stay inside them. Don't come outside or the Moors will get you. Those of you without homes, run for the shelter. Hurry! Damn it, there's no end to them. Where are they all coming from? Stay back, stay away from me! There's even more over here. Help, save me! No, 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 no. Please let me go. Just let me. Oh, what are you doing? It hurts, it hurts. hell? Did that Moors just eat a fairy and grow? I've never heard of anything like that happening before. If this is part of the new calamity, then... Hey, someone contact the Count. Tell him we can't hold them back, and he needs to give the orders to retreat. These Moors can grow by eating fairies. Human soldiers alone won't stop them. Hurry, it might be too late for the North District. There should still be some time to evacuate the South. That's the whole message from the captain. Please, Count, we need to evacuate now.
I see, and here I thought we'd have a little more time. Ah, c'est la vie, non? C'est la vie. These things always seem to happen when you most desperately want them not to. Count. Don't worry, I haven't lost my mind. There's no point in telling people to evacuate the city. Civilian soldiers have shut the gates, remember? They want the local fairies dead. No, just take them to the shelter we set up instead. That includes the MP fairies as well. In the meantime, I'd like you human soldiers to keep the civilians safe and hold back the Moors coming in from the harbor as best you can. Remember, people's safety comes first. That includes all of you. Whatever you do, don't try to fight the Moors yourselves.
But somebody has to defeat them, or the shelter will be.
Yes, I know, which is where the East people will come in, right, Shot of Prophecy and Company?
We can handle some Moors. Oh, you really are the Child of Prophecy. You look a little more ordinary than I expected, but I like it. Thank you for being honest. Hold on, are we sure about this? These are Moors we're talking about. There's no way fairies can beat them. I can't even imagine how we'd win. I think we should retreat for now and assess the situation.
Oh, I'm surprised to hear that from you, Gareth. You're usually so brave.
Yes, the Moors may be fairies' natural predators, but that doesn't mean we're helpless against them. Artoria will have Muramasa and Da Vinci backing her up, and Sol has his summons. I'd say that's enough to fend for at least some of them off. Isn't that right, Artoria? You did come to Norwich to save it, didn't you? No matter how the nature of the calamity, you'll have to face it for your own true story to truly begin. Yes, of course, don't worry, I can do this. Besides, the Moors don't have any effect on me. I can touch them, no problem. Really? Well, yeah, this could work.
Then it's settled. Get to Main Street and hold back the Moors in the South District. I'd go with you too, but I need to stay here so I can command and supervise. If you can just hold them back for an hour, I can get everyone in the South District to safety.
Let's go, Artoria. Castoria! Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh! I knew I shouldn't have come back to check on the store. I knew I should have gone back to check on the field when I knew the big storm was coming. Oh man, I'm completely surrounded. It's just a matter of time until they find me. Somebody, please, help me, savior, Lady Asik. I'm just a humble fairy who's been making shoes in Norwich since my great-great-grandpredecessor's time. There might even be a legend or two about how he once made shoes for Lady Asik. So please, please don't let me die like this. Why are the Moors so terrifying? Yep, Protea can be the biggest of all. Plus, she is a tank with her NP damage resistance. No, Luca's really not hurting that much. They just started in April, and they are stacked. Like, that is an amazing amount of servants already for such a short time. So here we are. I'm going to take care of these Moors right now. Alright, so... are we locked in with anybody? Ruler and Avenger? What the hell? Ruler and Avenger. I've got... okay. I've got to bring the support Muramasa along, because otherwise, I'm just not going to do jack diddly squat. Do that. Do I have anybody else I can bring that is Camelot-based? Desperate times call for desperate measures, I think. Bring in the reserves, the summer servants. Surfer Mo. And... actually, no. Let's just bring in the big guns. Surfer, so Squirtoria and Saberlot. They won't do that much, but they will help. And then... oh! Honey Lake ignores invincibility. I found a CE you could have used as your going at them with Sitanai, I found a CE that might have been viable to use. Because that's how the story goes, isn't it? Do I have anything for you, Squirtoria? Sure, Formal Craft, why not? Alright, let's roll. And while this battle is going on, I'm going to look at the GSSR for this year. Minor enemies, huh? These guys are minor enemies. Frost? I wouldn't call these minor. Okay, focus this one down. Muramasa chain. Alright, let's see here. So, there is 12 banners, it looks like. First banner, I can already say I'm not gonna roll. I already have Gil, I already have Okita, and Bryn would be the only really stand out option for me as far as rolls go. So the first of the lucky bags will not be the one I pull from. The second lucky bag is even less so. I have Iskandar, Shutin, MHX, Dante's, and Jolter. Kintoki is a big one that I really do want. And I would not be opposed to having Raiko, but yeah, I'm gonna say I skip past the second one. Do this. Third one, I have Proto, I have Squirtoria, I have Tamamo. I would like Moriarty. Moriarty and Ishtar are both servants that I would not be opposed to getting, I will say. I do like that. Get rid of this curse. So yeah, Moriarty and Ishtar would not be opposed. But knowing my luck, I would just get another Summer Tamamo. Because she's been spooking me anytime I roll on a banner that has her. The following banner is also kind of dead in the water for me. I have Merlin, I have King San, I have MHXA, or Achan, and I have Melt. Although, trust me, the temptation to get a higher NP Melt is there. That temptation is there. Gosh, I need to think. I need to focus more on this, too. I think I need to throw 2 NPs out here. Trying to think. Do this. More stars. Or I could just do a Buster Brave Chain here. I think a Buster Brave Chain is the way to go. The following one is Sigurd, which I have. Aresh, I have. Good lord, that banner is absolutely being skipped. It only has Holmes, who I don't have and I don't really need. The following one, Malter, I have. Summer Nero, I have. Scotty, I have. I'm not too concerned about Semi-Rotten or Ivan. There goes my Castoria, because of course you would target the one that doesn't have protections. Focus a little bit here. B-A-A. So then it's Benny, Summer Jean, the Mothman, Nobu, Protea, and BB. Knowing my luck, BB would spook me again. Okay, here's the Moors ruler. Thankfully, Muramasa's alive. Still not gonna be easy to like you. Gareth can target focus. go like this. The Kama, Arjuna, Murasaki, and Rhymes. I'd mainly go for Murasaki, so that's not really high priority. Following Banner, I've already got Orion Sai, so I'm gonna skip that. Following Banner... That's tough, man. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna roll on. I'm gonna have to wait and see. Also, this one was easy. This Berserker was like, or this ruler was stupidly easy. The Avengers were the tough one. So you wanted to, so let me check it for you there real quick, Frost. Kiyohime Lancer. Let's see here if I can find out when her banners are. It does look... So, Frost, it looks like Summer Kyo is only going to be available in 3 banners going forwards here. The first will be in one of the Lucky Bag banners. You would have to roll on the... Looks like the banner with Proto Arthur, Musashi, Squirtoria, Ishtar, Moriarty, and Summer Tamamo to get a chance at getting her for there. Beyond that, she's also going... Okay, so you know? Okay. She's also in a countdown campaign next year, so whatever that's going to be. Okay. More Avenger. Yeah. We're just going to do this second verse, same as the first. I think I'm gonna drop these two, though. I feel fairly confident that I'll be fine. Now, get to the Count's shelter. Hurry! I'm safe. I'm safe. Thank you, Fairy with staff. Gareth, you got good eyesight, right? You make out what's happening in the harbor from here. Huh? Yes, I can. There's a huge group of Moors headed this way from there. I'm counting 30, 60, more than 100. Wait, half of them are going off that way. To the North District, huh? Forget it. You saw how strong those Moors are. We can't possibly save everyone. If even one of us falls here, we'd all be dead meat. Don't you get that? There's gotta be something we can do, though. Well, you really don't know when to give up, do you? Alright, fine. Use command spell on me. It might put me out of commission once this is over, but with a power pie, I'll be able to hold my ground for my own, at least for a little while. It's not how I choose to finish this job, but it'll be a damn better sight than all of us biting it, because you can't make up your mind. Hang on, you can't just... Don't worry, no need for that. Take a look at that dust cloud over in the north. It's the other Child of Prophecy, the one in the black armor. She just jumped down from the castle's bell tower and is tearing into the moors. Well, she's amazing. Well, there's someone else with her, but they're less impressive. They're totally holding their own, too. Though it looks like they can stop the moors over there on their own. That's my Mash. Good job, Mash. Indeed, I guess Spriggan couldn't take her staying into castle. If she's handling the North District on her own, then all we have to do is worry about the South. This is it, everyone. It's up to us to keep Norwich safe. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna let the other Child of Prophecy over there outdo us. We're gonna show her why Artori is the real Child of Prophecy. Our defensive line won't move an inch. Okay, 3 waves this time. These Moors are weaker, though. Go for the Brave Chain first. And of course they're targeting Castoria down. Because why not bully Castoria, you know? Isn't that what Castorias are for, is for bullying? Because that seems to be the case here. Go for an Arc's Brave Chain on her.
ここでマステクレス。ここまでやれば。
Okay, yeah, they are like seriously focusing Castoria down. Well, thanks for stopping by, Frost. I've heard a lot about how is it pronounced? Honkai Star Rail or whatever. I've heard a lot about it. I've not checked it out myself, mainly because I don't really need another gacha in my life, but I hope you have fun with whatever it is you do on that game. I need to pop a Castoria NP here because she has taken too much of a beating here.
あれはいつか見た終わりの星。どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのです。さあ、幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン。
Get rid of all that curse stack.
ここで
And there goes my anti-enforcement defenses. One shot. Do not miss your chance. Okay. Trying to preserve here as much as I can, but not having effective damage is hurting. Actually, do that. That's a good boost to the stars. We're gonna take down at least one of them. I'm gonna have to risk it. Castoria, please do not die. Oh, snap! Thanks for stopping by, Frost. Hope to see you in the next FGO stream. Presumably on Tuesday, if this is the last node, which is what it's sounding like it might be. I hope to see you then, where I'll continue the Lostbelt story. Because that's what it's about. All about the story here. And then the rules and everything. But yeah, story is the big priority for me. Dang it, Proto, you're supposed to hit harder than that. There we go. Well done, Proto. Well done. They just really don't like Castoria, do they? There she goes. There she goes. I don't know. Song. This isn't gonna hit as hard, but can't waste. Yeah. I should have thrown target focus on Gareth. I need to keep the heat off Muramasa. And there was one more. It'll be amazing if I can manage a NP here at 500% from Muramasa, though that's asking a lot. It would require Proto and Gareth to survive here. Okay, I think I will at least get a 400% NP off here. Which is good. 400 is big number. And it's just a basic Berserker Moors. It will not survive long. So let's just go all in. No kill like overkill after all. Although it's more of a question of will I even get to that point where I'm going to be able to use Muramasa. Will Proto wipe them out here? No, he will not. There we go. Well done, Muramasa. We're just completing stuff left, right, and center. Alright. How many arrows are left? 3. We are approaching the end. Formation restricted, set party pre-battle, and it is just a Berserker. Okay. Just a Berserker's fine. How many is that? And how many of these things are there anyway? I stopped counting after 50. All those things over there. I'm starting to feel pretty worn out myself. Okay, I was wondering if it was my phone messing up or why the screen started to go blurry. Soul, hang in there. Deep breaths. You've been overusing your mystic codes. You literally can't convert any more of your life force into magical energy. Stand back and take a break. Make sure you use a vitality ampule right away. Understood. Vitality ampule. Am I artificially raising my vitality? By injection, it sounds like. Another group of Moors is headed this way from the harbor. No. Wait, there are hundreds. No more. We can't keep this up. How are we on time, Da Vinci? We're all good there. It's been exactly an hour and all the locals have made it out. Come on, it's time for us to head to the shelter, too. Oh, wait, those aren't Moors. They're fairies. All the fairies that have been hiding out indoors. Why are they coming this way? It'd be safe if they stayed inside. What is that? Gareth? Oh. Hello. Gareth. It's okay. She's not hurt. She's just sick from looking directly at that thing. Looks like that thing induces some kind of mental aberration in fairies. Now all the fairies that were hiding in the harbor district are running this way, scared out of their minds. Crap, there's not nearly enough room for all of them in the shelter. Never mind that shelter. If that thing makes land, it'll destroy the whole city. You mean it moves? No, right, of course it moves. How else would it show up in the first place? Does this mean that thing is the Calamity? And if it is, then what about the rain cloud? Questions can wait, Da Vinci. Artoria, Soul, what do you want to do? I know I said we should abandon the north side earlier, but that's no longer an option. We can either stay here and disappear along with Norwich, or we can save our own skins. It's one thing or the other. Which will it be? Not too late to make our escape. Remember, your job is to get rid of the Calamity. Protecting Norwich is just a bonus. Keep that in mind when you make your choice. You know, I probably can't beat it right now with my current restrictions, but if I were to remove my limiters and have the... What was the phrase? Have the Bird of Hermes devour my wings so that I... Bird of Hermes is my name, devouring my wings so that I may be tamed. So if I get rid of the Bird of Hermes and remove my limiters, I should be capable of it. No, wait, that's Alucard. I know how you feel, but we have to run. We can't possibly beat that thing right now. Once we pull back, we can work on figuring out a weakness. It's not your fault that Norwich is going to be destroyed. There's nothing anyone can do about it. I know. There's no way we can defeat... What you looking at? I woke to the faint sound of a bell ringing far off in the distance. Yes, I know. I had a bad feeling about what was to come the moment I woke up in my warm bed. The calamity's probably going to come today. This happens every time I wake to the sound of a bell. A storm appears without any warning, just like what happened in Tintangle. My everyday life ended on what began as a normal day, just like any other. Oh man, I don't know if I can do this. I've come a long way with everyone's help, but this is still beyond me. I can't do this. I'm not strong. I'm not ready. I still don't feel as though I can actually save Britain. Every time I wake up, I think about sneaking away and leaving all this behind. But I'm the child of prophecy. That's what everyone who raised me is counting on me to be. They believed in me so much that they sacrificed their own lives to send me on my way. So I have to at least try. I have to overcome my timid nature. Honestly, I couldn't care less about all the other things. But betraying that star is the one thing I can never ever do. In that case, Lucarlo, if you have trouble with the next node, use my melt. She will literally be a godsend. Because Alter Ego versus Assassin, it's not even going to be close. That said, I can't beat that thing. I just can't. I don't even know if I have a chance. It's one or the other. Which will it be? It's not too late to make our escape. Everyone's saying it's okay to run away. No one would blame me if I did. They'd just be disappointed, that's all. And you can always come back from disappointment. As soon as you do something impressive, they forget all about it. So why am I so hesitant to say we should run? I want to run. I can't do this. I'm scared. I don't want to. But... No problem. I know everybody... The FGO community is a very helpful one, I've found. The FGO community can be very helpful, indeed. True, Castoria only as a support will make it a little bit more difficult, but even still, Melt is still a very powerful servant all the same. Turning to the side, I saw Soul looking up at that thing with the same expression I wore. He's just like me. He's been given an impossible task. He's been sent out to the battlefield, even though he can't fight on his own. But he can't say no, so he's just standing here saying nothing. So then I'll just have to say it for him. I'll be the one to say it's okay to run. Yeah, that's right. I'll make this choice for him. But just as open mouth to say we should run for it. Hey, Infinity! Welcome to the stream. Howdy things. It's not been 15 years. MASH! I see her. It's just been a while. A shining star pushing her way through the crowd into the heart of the disaster. I see the other Child of Prophecy swallowing her fears and running straight at that thing with fierce determination. And I see life return to Soul's eyes as he watches her go. Even though MASH forgets me, she's still MASH. Oh, MASH, what a shame. I guess nobody could stop her. But I guess it's no surprise, she really is a Child of Prophecy at this point. That's what everyone around here expected her, and she chose to try to live up to their hopes. She must have chosen a story for herself that ends with her dying here. So I'm really sorry to say this, but... I'll be right back, Da Vinci. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm coming too. Oberon, make sure these fairies get out of here safely. Well, I'll be damned. I never saw this twist coming. Alright, get going. Sometimes you gotta throw caution to the wind. You Chaldeans have made it this far. I'm gonna trust you'll make it out of this too. Yes, Lostbelt 5 is definitely a difficulty spike. Lostbelt 4 wasn't that bad. There was some very strong story supports that can carry you through. And if memory serves, there wasn't that much variety in the enemies. Yeah, 5.1 is easy, 5.2 is going to be hard. Although, there is a fight there that I honestly didn't have a hard time with, but everybody else seemed to hate. I don't know why people had such a hard fight with that first, goddess, I will say. I don't want to spoil too much. I really didn't have too much of a hard fight with her. Oh, I've missed some dialogue. This giant's gonna fall in the harbor. That's one hell of a way to attack. Is it trying to prostrate itself or something? Still, crude as it might be, it'll definitely be strong enough to blow the whole harbor away. Any questions, Soul? Where's Mash? Yes, the pink egg. She's already on the pier with her round shield released. She's going to try and stop that thing by herself, but even she can't hold that thing back on her own. As Keldea's technical advisor, my official advice is, if you head back now, you can still make it out of here alive, soul. Da Vinci. Yes, my melt did destroy it, Mordred. I have not pulled for Morgan, just because I've decided with this Lostbelt 6 that I'm going to roll based on how I feel about their story significance. And so far, Oberon is the highest on my to roll for. Gawain is a little bit under there. She definitely needs some more development before I roll for her. And then is Tristan, who I have very mixed feelings on. And Morgan is at the bottom, just because she is Beryl's husband. But I am going to be throwing the 11 tickets at the banner, just because I want to see if I can get Caster Ku. Because Caster Ku is here, and he's cool. But I don't remember how fast I took it down, honestly, Mordred. I do not remember. But anyways, Da Vinci. While it may have destroyed her, Mash literally held back a beam capable of incinerating the planet. I think she can hold back a giant mass of seaweed. Well, have you got a good reason to ignore that advice? So I have to ask you, do you still concern yourself with Mash? Even though she might never remember you or go back to being the Mash you knew. So what? Yeah, she did hold it back, but she got incinerated. Exactly. Now then, let's return to the girl's story, just for a little bit. Just do what I say and the other clan heads will never need to know about you. I can even keep you safe from the Queen's prying eyes. Armored Core, I do not know if I'm gonna play that just yet. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not too big into the mecha genre. Like, I can see some appeal to it. I did grow up, and I watched Megas XLR growing up, and that was, like, pure excellence as far as mecha goes. But that's the most mecha stuff I've ever watched. Numbers? What do you mean, numbers? Spriggan did his best to convince her to stay inside, but she was having none of it. As soon as she learned the Moors had arrived, she chose to leave, though not through running the heavily guarded exit on the ground floor. Instead, she leaped from the bell tower in the castle keep all the way down to Norwich without any hesitation. Such daring, such bravery, such couragery. Wait, couragery? I got a little carried away there. Forget it, that bit. Anyway, upon landing in Norwich, the girl drew most of the Moors' attention away from the local ferries, giving them a chance to escape. Now there was just the big guy from the sea, the cursed hand rising up from the ocean. Sure, Infinity, sure. Even the girl couldn't help but flinch upon seeing it, but on hearing the fairy scream, she found her nerve once more. She ran from the harbor as fast as she could to face down the monster on the pier. Yeah, Luke Hartlow, like I said, try and use my melt. I don't remember which slot she's in, but she should be there, and she has Golden Sumo, which is just a straight 15% damage buff, as well as 50% starting NP. Yes, Infinity. She knew at once she couldn't stop it from destroying the harbor, no matter how hard she tried. But even so... Oh, you can't use support for that one. Gotcha, didn't realize that. Even so, she could still absorb some of the impact. Even if the whole harbor was crushed, she might still be able to save some of its residents. The hope was enough for her to release her shield. Then she saw something unbelievable. It's him. No problem, Luke Harlow. I will be streaming FGO again on Tuesday for the Part 2 release of this Lostbelt, and I hope to see you there. The Vinci event at the town square yesterday came running to the harbor. The girl was so overcome with indescribable feelings of joy and relief that she couldn't help but say something. Stop, you need to get out of here. In a few seconds, the entire harbor will be destroyed. She shouted as loudly as she could, but the human didn't stop. Why not? Could he not hear her over the sounds of her shield and the curse clashing? Oh, I completely forgot that I had K-Scope on her. That's even better. That means she can instantly delete a whole bar. For the most part, if you just use all of her buffs at once. Melt should be capable of just melting a single bar in a snap. Not that it wasn't... No, that wasn't it at all. As he ran down the pier toward her, he shouted even more loudly than the girl that he wasn't going to give up. He placed his hand on the girl's back. Without a word, it told her he wasn't going to leave her alone. That he would be there to support her. Ah. The girl was so moved by the kind gesture that it made her remember. She was human too. That's right. Humans feel pain when they're hurt, and they're frightened by terrifying monsters. And what's even scary is the idea of harm coming to someone who cares about you. Supports you. You don't need to worry about me. I'm the Child of Prophecy. Please, just save yourself. So she tried to put on a brave face one last time, like a child lying about being okay. By my command spell. I don't care if you're the Child of Prophecy or not. 2 spells! His voice resonated with her back, through her back. The fire in her veins spread from her heart down to her fingertips. Just show that thing what you're really made of, MASH. I like that we get actual dialogue because this is MASH's story right now. This is not our story. This is MASH's. This is how prophecy is defied. Not even Ainsel could have seen this scene coming. Yes, that's right. That's exactly right, Master. Gonna get a cool scene? The white walls of Camelot repelled the curse's hands. They proved most effective against it. Its collapse prevented, the Calamity recognized the creature standing before it as its enemy. A small, impudent enemy who dared protect the land of the Fae in the face of the threat it posed. Come on, Mash, let's send this thing packing. A familiar voice jolted her mind. She was no longer Annis, nor the Child of Prophecy. She was the knight who had inherited the Holy Shield, the servant of Chaldea. Right, Master. Please, lend me your strength. Together, I'm sure we can repel this calamity. I may not be the Child of Prophecy, but right now, in this moment, what I want more than anything is to keep the city safe. The girl's name is Mash Chirolite. She's the Child of Prophecy everyone everywhere believed in, and who has finally found something she wanted to fight for herself. Alright. Up to 3 servants can be set. Alright. Oh, I can't use... Okay. If this is the case... Damn, I want... I so want this to be a solo. Can I can't remove them. I want this to be a MASH solo! This is her story. She deserves the fight. Much like... Well, actually, not much like... Okay. Has there been any really story-significant reasons I've done any of my MASH solos? Not really. I mean, she's gonna solo... I'm trying to get her to solo all the beasts, but... I haven't thought of any really story-significant reasons she's been able to solo. The Zeus solo was mainly just so that the Chronos slot machine at my local casino would give me a good payout. Well, let's just try and solo this as much as we can. Grand Battle. The Calamity of Norwich. Knight of Sheffield. NP gain. Defense up. Assemble Chaldea power. And attack boost and triggers each turn HP recovery. Tainted Curse. Increase defense and apply a state where at least 1 HP remains with sustained curse damage for yourself. Inflict curse to a single enemy when taking damage and inflict curse. Power of Grudge. Increase attack and decrease defense with each curse state. Mental Corruption. Increase debuff great chance rate against Fae. Alright. So I'm going to try and use exclusively MASH as much as I can. She will always get the priority cards. MASH solo would be bad since she's mostly a defender. I mean, you know... Have you watched the anime Faerie? Shielders can be OP. Curse resist... What was that? Curse... Okay, those are passing by way too fast. Chalk wall thwarts the calamitous curse, and curse condensing is what those were. Okay. Do. Also, like the music going. Da Vinci's absorbing the curse now. AoE smacking. But ain't nothing smacking through the defense that is my mash. Even if this mash does not have all the normal buffs that mash should have. Curse collecting. Ooh, invincibility. That's annoying. Okay. Target focus yourself with your mash. And then do a little something like this. Oh, it's just 3 invincibilities. I didn't even bother to check how many invincibilities this thing had. What's this other stuff? Is that the absorb curses? What's up, Infinity? Absorb all curse from all allies, excluding yourself. Ooh, very not much a mash heavy turn. 50 hours. In which case, I'm going to be very disappointed with you. If that's the case. Shout for the end. Okay. I have no idea how hard this is about to hit. So... Mesh Chain! Infinity, you gotta get more rest than that. Man. That does not mean you shouldn't be sleeping. Okay. Not bad. I've got a lot of curse on mash though, which I don't really care for. Can I get that random curse removal? What the frick? What was that? This is Mash's story. She's going to survive. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess that is Mash's Achilles heel. While she can reduce damage a lot from just straight damage, dots are her downfall, aren't they? Dots are the anti-mash weaponry. No, I don't. You're thinking things up. I don't feel like cutting chow at all. Should switch because I got one. Yeah, I know. I know I could do that, but I don't know why I'm not doing it, honestly. I'm a little distracted too. Do this. But I don't let Mash run back her all the time. No, I do not. Do that. Hey, Mash has not been glittered once.
いけます。駆け抜けるら前人未到。未完の馬よ、輝ける轍を残せ。人生はとても楽しい。ビューティフルジャーニー。それはすべての傷、すべての怨恨を癒す我らが故郷。権限せよ。ロードキャメロット。
Okay, here's the... I found the Demeter fight. How many turns did it take me to do it? 3... Or is this just the first Demeter fight? No, this is just the first Demeter fight. So I'd need to go to the next one to see the next one. Disaster expansion. Strength up against Round Table. Oh, shit. And against Curse. Okay, I need to buff Nullify. Just in case. So, 2 invincibilities. I need to save the invincibility on Mash for next turn. And do something like this. Okay. Da Vinci evade, Mash defense. And since Da Vinci has extra crit generation, even though it's not really that useful without crit stars, we'll just do this. Muramasa, you may die. I really am not too thrilled at the lack of debuff cleansing on my Mash here. Go this. Clearly I can't solo this with Mash just because of the curse. Muramasa could probably solo this though, it seems. Like, good freaking gracious, man! Excretion of Calamitous Curse. Shout for the end. Hey Muramasa, you do enough damage there, man? Just do it again? Honestly. I thought Muramasa was supposed to be useless in this Lostbelt. This is not the damage of a useless man. That, however, is not good. Of course. Of course. Screw it. If you don't use them, you lose them. Okay, let's do a little something like this.
ああ、とても楽しかったとも。了解。押し切ります。
Besides, I already used all 3 of my command spells on Mash, so it's automatically appropriate. $100,000 heal! Son of a bitch! I was hoping for it to be a lesser heal. Okay, that. And then do that. True, if it was a full bar heal, then I might very well have lost here. I'm just gonna pretend Mash got that kill. Lots of void salts, huh? Hey, if it was not a 100k heal, it would have been a Mash kill. Right, so Norwich, the next arrow, no battles this time. And I did find the video of me versus Demeter. Trying to see how many turns it took me to do it. It's just a very laggy thing. No, wait, the Calamity is disappearing. We did it. We really did it, Senpai. I can't believe it. We actually defeated the Calamity. We sure did, Mash. High five. Oh, right. This is no time to be celebrating, isn't it? I'm back, Senpai. I'm sorry for all the trouble I put you through. Welcome back, Mash. Don't worry about it. We're just glad to see you safe, too. We've got a lot of catching up to do, but that can wait until later. First, I want you to introduce you to Logo, who's been helping us out. Well, she's part of the team at this point. Okay, it took me a while to beat Demeter, it looks like. I lost... Yeah, it took me like 13 turns, because the final bar really kicked my ass. It KO'd my melt right away. Oh, there she is. Hey, over here. Artoria, this is Mash, Soul's main servant. Mash, this is Artoria Caster. She's Soul's owner, this Lostbelt's King Arthur, the Child of Prophecy, and a powerful mage. I guess I'm technically the Child of Prophecy, but powerful King Arthur. It's mortifying being called any of that around you when you're so incredibly strong. I'm sorry, if that had been me out there, that thing would have knocked me all the way back to the nameless woods with one flick of its finger. I'm sorry I couldn't do anything against the Calamity. I'm sorry I'm so weak. I'm sorry. So your name's Artoria, and you're the real Child of Prophecy. No, not at all. If anything, I'm the one who should be apologizing for calling myself the Child of Prophecy, even though I didn't know about you at the time, and I don't know how I can get up to. But hang on, what was that about you owning Senpai? I'm still struggling to make sense of that. And wait, I'll just realize that must be a ploy to hide that Senpai's from Chaldea, and oh, you're teasing me, Da Vinci. Aw, Mash got jealous. They're gonna be great friends, aren't they? Fast friends. Look at them hitting it off. I had a feeling they would get along well despite their differences, and it looks like I was right. Anyway, that takes care of two of our major objectives, expelling the Calamity and reuniting with Mash. But there's still one more important thing we have left to do here in Norwich. That's right, the Bella Pilgrimage. I think we've earned the right to ring it after coming this far, correct? I don't know. I mean, I didn't actually do anything. Plus, it was Mash and Soul who defeated the Calamity. So I don't think I'm qualified to ring the bell. That's not too hard, Artoria. I know you fought with everything you had to protect Norwich. that it was me who defeated the Calamity was just a coincidence. Besides, I'm certain it takes more than defeating a Calamity to be the Child of Prophecy. All I did was follow my heart, just like you're doing. So please, I want you to ring that bell. Don't worry, I'll just clear it with Springin. I'll clear it with Springin.
Yeah.
I see. You know, you're not exactly what I imagined from what Soul told me about you. But you really are a great person, aren't you, Mash? Yeah, the Calamity Pool is still here. Oh yeah, that's weird. Why is that big green cloud still here even though we got rid of the Clam? Uh-oh. Cutscene. Uh-oh. Goes. Mash. Ow, ow. Now I don't know what a footbill feels like. Huh? Mash. Mash? Where the fuck is Mash? What? Didn't you see for yourself? She disappeared after knocking you guys out of the way. That was Morgan's water mirror. Morgan's water mirror? She usually just uses it against calamities. I don't know why you guys were just standing around when you could see right there. Man, you humans from other worlds aren't that big on caution, are you? Or is it that just how you were taught? Oh well, either way, my job is still the same. Come on, Soul, get your ass off the ground already. Mash is safe. She's not here anymore. The water mirror is a teleportation spell, so she's somewhere else in Britain now. Don't worry, you two will see each other again. I'll be super pissed if you don't. But if you're going to make that happen, you need to stand up straight like a proper groom for your bride and do what needs to be done. Ah, Habitrot. Okay. How did she know my name? Well, at least you got spirits. I'd say you just barely pass. Nice to meet you, people of Chaldea. I'm Habitrot. You can think of me as, let's say, Mash's manager. I'm a little fairy with a big heart, and I'm ready to help you on your journey at no cost to you. But only until you and Mash are reunited, mind you. Anyway, now that we're on the same figurative boat, you'd better be grateful I'm sticking around. Okay. Random. So that was Morgan's water mirror. So Morgan kidnapped Mash. It's just adding up the reasons not to roll for her if she's kidnapping my Mash. Oh man, this food's so good. Sheffield never had anything like this stuff. Hey, can I get more of that, pescetti stuff? I love twirling it around my fork.
And could I have one? No, two more of those carrot-colored cakes. No, 2 more slices, 2 whole cakes. Oh, so sad to see everything all said and done by the time I finished my detour around the river and finally made it to Norwich. So if I don't ease my broken heart with natural sweetness, I don't think I'll ever be able to draw a carriage again. It's great that you guys were able to protect Norwich, and it's great that you have more strange new friends. But it sounds like things might have gone a little more complicated. You were finally reunited with Mash, only to be torn apart yet again. And outside... The Child of Prophecy, the Child of Prophecy. The Child of Prophecy saved Norwich. The Child of Prophecy will defeat the Queen. We don't have to listen to Morgan anymore. The Child of Prophecy protected us. Now it's our turn to pay her back. No more shipments to Camelot. Send weapons to Londinium. Long live the Child of Prophecy. Long live the true King of Britain. You did it, Artoria. You won. True, in fact, between saving Norwich and repelling the Calamity, you might have won a little too much. Now that the fairies of Norwich are all completely on the Child of Prophecy's side, the Queen's not going to just sit around and do nothing. So she's going to start sending her army after us, huh? Now that we've taken care of the Calamity, it's going to be all out war with her fairy soldiers. Alright, I guess we did kind of openly rebel, didn't we?
I'm also worried about Mash, and where Morgan's Watermere might have taken her. And that fairy there just keeps harping on about how Mash is in no immediate danger, then we'll definitely see her again. Well, yeah, that's all that guarantees you're gonna get from old Happy Cat, since it's all I know for sure. And I will say that you shouldn't run yourselves ragged looking all over Britain for her right now. Like they say, good things come to those who wait, and joyful evenings may follow sorrowful mornings. You're as full of things, aren't you, Happy Cat?
At any rate, it's not a good idea to go outside without a plan right now. If you're not careful, you could unwittingly end up inciting these fairies further down the path of rebellion. The smartest course of action would be to wait until nighttime and sneak out of Norwich quietly, assuming you have somewhere else to go, of course.
What about Salisbury? No, I don't think that's a good idea. Regardless of how we pulled it off, we succeeded at repelling the calamity and saving Norwich. We can't let the opportunities like this victory provide us go to waste. Really, it's a miracle we even have them. Opportunities, I mean. I didn't mention this before, because it would have been motivating, but... The prophecy originally not only said the calamity would be banished, but that Norwich would be destroyed. Well, that didn't happen.
I see. You want to meet the Spriggan and demand a payment for defending Norwich.
That's right. We're going to tighten the screws while Norwich fairies are still on our side. Let us ring the bell of pilgrimage, or we'll help your citizens kick you out of power.
Let's see what he says to that.
I can't imagine he'll be too happy about it. But of course, how could I say no to the saviors of Norwich? Something about him. Yes, is there something on my face? No, I see. Then may I proceed? Thank you. You'll find the bell tower right above us. While I can't show you the way, given my subservience to the Queen, I have no problem with you heading up there and ringing it yourselves. If the matter ever comes up, well, you can just say that I was careless in assigning too light security detail. If it ever came up and you confirm that version of events, I would be appreciative. You heard the man. He must be downright terrified of his citizens revolting on him. Come on, Artoria. Let's go ring that bell and be done with this place. Artoria. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Ringing Norwich's bell would mean declaring war on Queen Morgan. And I'm just not ready to do that yet. Besides, I'm not the one who saved Norwich. Mash is. So it's not as though the people of Norwich have really accepted me. Oh, I see. Waiting for just the right time, I can certainly respect that. You're not nearly as naive as you appear. Indeed, ringing the bell here now would not be the most ideal moral choice. If you wish to rally more soldiers to your cause and to be more deliberate with your bloodshed, there are other steps you'll need to take first. Yeah, like what? What I'm trying to say is there are still many fairies who are loyal to the Queen. After all, she has single-handedly protected Britain from the Moors for past 2,000 years. However oppressive her rule may be, her accomplishments speak for themselves. So it wouldn't be right to declare war on her, only because the prophecy says you will. First, you need to prove that yours is the side of justice and integrity. If you can't do that, it would make the Child of Prophecy no less a barbaric invader than the Saxons. So you're saying we should send out a letter explaining our intentions and condemning the Queen for our failures before ringing the bells? That's right, if you were to write such a letter, I would be happy to deliver it to Her Majesty myself. But fortunately, there's also no need for one just yet. As it just so happens, I just spoke with the Queen, and she said, in recognition of the Child of Prophecy and foreign visitors' defense of Norwich, notwithstanding the role of luck of yours in success, I am willing to grant them an audience. I shall treat them as guests who have accomplished a rare and unusual feat. Should they wish to speak on any particular subject, I will hear them on this occasion. You know, it's making me want Morgan even less. It was her Watermere that stole Mash away. Again. At least it's just her being taken away and not being disintegrated. Because that's what I was worried was going to happen. Was that Morgan that lightning, the calamity, disintegrated Mash. But no, it just teleports her away. Still not too happy about it, but it is what it is. So the Queen wants to meet me. Interesting. Oh really? Hey, why don't we just jump straight into the pit and save her the trouble of killing us? Does Morgan really think we'd fall for such a blatantly obvious trap? I assure you this is no trap. Ruthless though she is, the Queen does believe in the importance of decorum. If she says she's prepared to welcome you as guests, you can trust no harm will come to you. As our Supreme Monarch, her every word carries a great deal of weight. If it didn't, she could never have united all 6 clans under her rule. No, I see. We can't start a war against her without declaring it first. And the Queen can't kill the Child of Prophecy without a damn good reason. Especially now that she's gone and saved Norwich. Politically speaking, she's got to prove the injustice of her rule, just as we got to prove the opposite. Which means it all comes down to which side has the say. Sounds like it's worth taking her up on this invitation. I agree with Muramasa. Besides, I really do want to know more about the Queen herself. So far, all we really know about Morgan is her name. I'd like to speak with her directly so I can find out what she's thinking and what it is she really wants. That said, if we're going, we'll of course need assurance that we'll be able to leave safely too. Still, she'll need to promise that our truce will remain in place for a while, even if the meeting doesn't go all that well. Naturally, in fact, she's already promised as much. It's all in this letter which my fellow clanheads have also received copies of. What do you think, Soul? We should definitely give her a piece of our mind, especially if we're stealing my mash! Why do you sound like you're already to pick a fight? She wouldn't do this if she thought you were actually a threat. Oh, so that's why you're so upset. Okay, let's do it. Honestly, I'm pretty pissed off too. What the hell does she mean, notwithstanding the role of luck in your success? There was no luck involved. Mash and I both worked super hard to save this town. I see. Okay, if you're all that sure about this, maybe accepting the invitation is the right move. Plus, Artoria's decision not to ring the bell at this point also makes more sense to me this way. If she had rung the bell, it would have officially made the Queen and the Child of Prophecy political enemies. And then this invitation would be moot. Isn't that right, Spriggan? I'm afraid you'll have to draw your own conclusions there. I'm not at liberty to comment. Oberon, was it? I don't think I've seen a fairy like you in Britain before. You're quite the nuisance, aren't you? Hey, welcome back, Lucarlo. It's not Tuesday yet, but, did melt the opposition, perhaps? Very well, then I'll send the messenger to the Count's house tomorrow. I'll take you to meet with the Queen's troops, who will be waiting for you outside the city. So the Queen's own troops are going to escort to the Camelot, huh? Can I ask who's leading those troops? Of course, you'll be escorted by the 1st Royal Knight Moor's Exterminate Brigade, led by Captain Gawain. That's right, Tamlin Gawain herself will provide you with all the safe passage to Camelot. Yeah, I knew my melt would do a great job. Cleans up all the cavalry classes, no issues. And foreigners. Class servants. What's that, Lady Spinell? I couldn't hear you very well. Oh. It's not. 6. Sorry about that. Took out 2 gauges HP alone without any buffs. Yeah. As far as single target servants goes, Melt is one of the strongest there is. And with buffs, you can get a lot more. What was it that happened to the Black Armored Child of Prophecy again? She's dead as a doornail. Mother's Watermere got her in Norwich. They say she vanished completely, armor and all, without so much as a finger left behind. What a joke, right? Sure, she was weirdly strong, but she even could do last second against Mother. Guess I won't get to torture her anymore. Barrow, is something wrong? Did I say something I shouldn't have? Is that all? There's nothing newsworthy about that news, Lady Spinell. It's such obvious misinformation, it's not even grave enough to be interesting. Huh? But isn't Mash your... How can it not be noteworthy that she's dead? It's simple, she just vanished, right? No body, no death. Plus, Melt is like the strongest single target alter ego there is. And level 110, so that helps. Besides, I might end up dying before, but there's no way Mash would ever die before me. Never. That's just not how the god of romance rolls. She might end up taking a long circuit road to get here, but eventually Mash will make her way to me. After all, she and I are destined to be together. Oh, Beryl, you are going to burn. I hope I get to fight Beryl himself so I can burn him to nothing but cinders and ash. 1 quartz, 5 scales, 5 prisms, 5 hellfires. And... looky. Next unlock on the 20th. So I have officially reached the end of the first part of this Lostbelt. I will claim all of this swag. So, left on quite the cliffhanger there. Mash has been teleported away to who knows where. We've only explored half of Britain, so I'm guessing we'll explore this northern half later. That's Sheffield. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 notable structures in the north. But yeah. Oh, can't forget this crystalline tree as well. That's going to be something. That looks like a town there. Yeah, I look forward to Tuesday and continuing the story of this Lostbelt here. Very much look forward to doing it. Before I sign off for today, though, like I said, I kind of want to go for Caster Q, so I'm going to throw 11 tickets at this banner, because Caster Q is hanging out there in the background here. So yeah, 11 tickets or 10 tickets, whatever it is, I want to see if Caster Q will come home at NP2, because I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I fed my original Caster Q to somebody way back in the day, before I realized that he was limited. So yeah, we're just gonna burn some tickets here, see if we can get a Caster Q, and then call the stream. Ryder, Ushi, that's it. Keep it with the low rarities here. That was a pause. Hey, we got Caster Q! Woot! NP2 Caster Q! Can we get NP3 is the question. NP3 Caster Q would be nice. Inverted Moon of the Heavens. Phantasmal Species. Servant. Archer. Robin. Hey, I got him at 1. I got him once, maybe I'll get him again. You know, never know. Gold! Oh no. Which one of them is spooking me? Oh, it's... the one I wanted least. Okay, I'm going to skip her summoning line just because I don't want... I'm going to read the summoning line later. I'm going to not acknowledge her because I was not going for her. I'm glad I can't understand a word she's saying. Can I just... okay, good. I did. Yes. I didn't want her, though. She was my lowest desired of all these servants. I want Caster Q! Yeah, I will read her summoning lines later after the story is done, if I decide I actually ended up wanting her. Hey, imaginary number attribute. Nice. That's a new CE. Servant, caster, 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 caster. No, it's an archer. It's Zerial. Okay. We got this at least, which is not bad, actually. No matter how far she ran, it was always near. No matter how human she tried to act, when she looked back, it would be creeping up on her, submerged in an empty aquarium. Interesting. Okay. So, with that, weird roll there, I think is going to be where I end tonight's stream of FGO. We got NP2 Caster Q. And that's the only important thing so far that I got from that. I will save my judgment on Morgan until after the story. And if it turns out that she is worthy of being summoned, then more power to her. If she's not, then she's probably going to go to the very bottom of the rank up list. But, yeah, I'm going to call this stream here for now. I've been Soulrack Dragon. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more by me, be sure to check out my channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same games. There is plenty of content for you all to enjoy. Once again, thank you all so much for coming out. Hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening, everybody, and I look forward to the next part of the Lostbelt. Bye-bye.